I do remember your name.
Good.
No, bad. Correct me if I'm wrong. You've been arrested several times. You've been involved in...
The beloved show that captured the hearts of many with its mix of humor and heartfelt moments. Set against the backdrop of the Korean War, it follows the quirky lives of the staff at a mobile Army surgical hospital. Characters like the witty Hawkeye Pierce and the endearing Radar O'Reilly brought laughter and warmth to the screen. However, amidst the poignant storytelling, there were plenty of amusing slip-ups that viewers might have missed. From wardrobe malfunctions to anachronistic props, these bloopers add a layer of charm to the series. For instance, in one scene, a character can be seen wearing a wristwatch that clearly belongs to a later era, while another moment features a soldier with a modern hairstyle that stands out in the historical setting. These little errors, often overlooked, remind us that even in a show celebrated for its writing and performances, the human element of filming can lead to some delightful surprises. So, as we explore these amusing moments, prepare to see the lighter side of this classic.
Gee, and there's room for us, too.
A little lumpy, but it'll do.
Now that that's settled.
During the show, Radar's fondness for comic books is highlighted when he is seen with a comic from the 1960s, despite the series being set during the Korean War in the early 1950s. This creates a temporal discrepancy that can be jarring for viewers familiar with the timeline. The presence of a comic book from a decade later raises questions about historical accuracy and the show's commitment to representing the era authentically. Additionally, the portrayal of General Douglas MacArthur as still in command during the Korean War is another example of inaccurate historical representation. In reality, President Truman relieved MacArthur of his command 10 months into the conflict, a significant event that shaped military strategy and public perception. The show, while beloved for its humor and poignant moments, sometimes strays from factual history, leading to discussions about the balance between entertainment and accurate representation of historical events. This blend of comedy and historical context makes the series both engaging and occasionally misleading in its depiction of the Korean War.
I hear you, Ben. No, you're absolutely right. Ray, let's make pictures.
Oh, wait.
In the episode titled MASH Olympics, a notable historical inaccuracy occurs with the use of a Smith & Wesson Model 19 revolver. This firearm was not produced until the late 1950s, which raises questions about the show's attention to detail regarding the time period it portrays. The series is set during the Korean War, which took place in the early 1950s, making the presence of this model anachronistic. Additionally, Colonel Potter makes a reference to the theme song of the Mickey Mouse Club, which did not debut until 1955. This cultural timing error highlights how the show sometimes blended different eras, creating moments that, while entertaining, strayed from historical accuracy. Such instances remind viewers that while the series aimed to capture the essence of wartime experiences, it also engaged with pop culture in ways that could lead to confusion about the timeline. The blend of humor and serious themes in this classic often overshadowed these inaccuracies, allowing audiences to enjoy the narrative without dwelling too much on the details. Radar is depicted with a copy of the Avengers comic, which includes characters that were not created until the 1960s. This detail highlights a significant inconsistency in the timeline of the show, which is set during the Korean War in the early 1950s. Such anachronisms can be distracting for viewers who are keen on historical accuracy, as they pull the audience out of the intended period. In another instance, in the episode titled Dare Tag, BJ is seen holding a package of Fig Newtons that features 1970s packaging. This is another example of a packaging anachronism, as the series is supposed to reflect the 1950s era. These inconsistencies in comic book references and product packaging serve to remind viewers that, while the show aims to capture the essence of its time, it sometimes falters in maintaining that authenticity. Such moments can spark discussions among fans about the balance between creative storytelling and historical fidelity.
Yeah, that's a night I'll never remember.
I do. We were under adjoining tables.
Could we talk about parties later and get him?
Radar quotes John Wayne in a scene that adds a layer of anachronism to the show, as the film from which the quote is taken was not released until after the Korean War had ended. This moment highlights how the series often blended historical context with modern references, creating a unique viewing experience that sometimes strayed from strict historical accuracy. Additionally, a 1941 film inaccurately depicts a skating move that would not be performed until decades later, further contributing to the historical inaccuracies present in the narrative. These elements serve to remind viewers that, while the series is set during a specific time in history, it often takes creative liberties that reflect the cultural landscape of the time it was produced, rather than the actual events of the Korean War. Such choices can spark discussions about the balance between entertainment and historical fidelity, making the show a fascinating study in how media interprets and represents history.
Listen, you know what? You better run the valve again. I might have missed something.
Right. Colonel, as soon as you're free, we need you over here.
On my way.
In the show, a notable anachronism occurs when a pinball machine from the 1960s is featured in a setting that is supposed to take place during the Korean War. This detail stands out as it highlights a time-related error, as pinball machines were not widely available during that period. Additionally, Radar O'Reilly mentions a Godzilla movie, which is another inconsistency since the character made his cinematic debut in 1954, well after the events of the Korean War. Such moments serve as reminders of the show's blend of humor and drama, while also showcasing the occasional oversight in historical accuracy. These errors, while minor, contribute to the charm of the series, allowing viewers to enjoy the comedic elements without getting too caught up in the timeline. The mix of serious themes with lighthearted moments is part of what makes this classic so memorable, even if it sometimes strays from strict historical fidelity.
Dice, Chaz.
Paul?
Major, we stand to win a lot of loot. Let us not be piggish.
This is not piggish, Klinger.
The show features a notable reference to the Blob during an episode that takes place before the film's release, highlighting some pop culture inaccuracies that fans have pointed out over the years. This moment serves as a reminder of how the series often blended humor with elements from various eras, sometimes leading to anachronisms that could confuse viewers. Additionally, the depiction of a Bell Huey UH-1 helicopter in the series is another example of historical inaccuracy. Although this helicopter first took to the skies in 1956, its portrayal in the show does not align with the timeline of the Korean War, which is the setting for the series. Such discrepancies can be intriguing for audiences who appreciate both the comedic elements and the historical context of the show. These moments reflect the creative liberties taken by the writers, who aim to entertain while also engaging with the cultural landscape of their time. The blend of humor and historical references continues to resonate with viewers, making the series a lasting piece of television history.
The moment somebody walks in that door, they should know they're in the presence of nothing but the best.
In the show, there are notable anachronistic song references that create an interesting contrast with the historical setting. For instance, songs released in 1956 are mentioned in a letter read to Radar, despite being dated before their actual release. This inconsistency adds a layer of humor and charm as viewers recognize the timeline discrepancies. Additionally, the main characters often sport hairstyles that do not comply with the strict regulations of the 1950s US Army. This visual element stands in stark contrast to Colonel Potter, who is portrayed with accurate adherence to military standards. The relaxed and modern hairstyles of characters like Hawkeye and Trapper serve to highlight their rebellious spirits and the show's comedic tone. These elements contribute to the unique blend of humor and drama that defines the series, allowing it to resonate with audiences while playfully bending historical accuracy. The combination of these anachronisms and regulatory discrepancies enriches the narrative, making it a memorable part of television history.
Morning strolling through downtown Peking. I was playing basketball?
The show reflects the social attitudes of the 1970s, a time marked by significant cultural shifts and changing norms. While the narrative is set during the Korean War in the 1950s, the production era heavily influences its themes and character portrayals. This is particularly evident in the character of Margaret Houlihan, whose long nails stand out as a striking inconsistency with the expected appearance of a military nurse and officer. In the context of the 1970s, such a portrayal challenges traditional views of femininity and professionalism. The long nails symbolize a departure from the rigid standards of military decorum, suggesting a more liberated and individualistic approach to identity. This contrast not only highlights the evolving social attitudes of the time, but also serves to critique the expectations placed on women in both military and civilian life. The show cleverly intertwines humor with serious commentary, making it a unique reflection of its era. The characters navigate their roles in a way that resonates with contemporary viewers, revealing the complexities of personal and professional identities during a transformative period in American history.
Leaving. We're
gladdened that he's going home to the land of the all-night generator.
Despite its acclaim, the show has notable inconsistencies, particularly regarding governmental references and character backgrounds. For instance, the series often mentions the War Department, a term that became outdated after it was renamed the Department of the Army in 1947. This oversight can confuse viewers familiar with the historical context. Additionally, the character Hawkeye experiences significant changes in his backstory and family details throughout various episodes. These shifts highlight continuity issues that can detract from the storytelling. Another example of inconsistency is seen with BJ's daughter, whose age fluctuates inexplicably across the series. This variation raises questions about the timeline and the overall coherence of the narrative. Such discrepancies may not be glaring to all viewers, but they can impact the viewing experience for those who pay close attention to character development and historical accuracy. These elements contribute to a complex legacy for this classic, as fans continue to enjoy the humor and drama while also noting these peculiarities.
Klinger had filed that report when he should have.
That's so. Your initial...
The love affair between Frank Burns and Hot Lips Houlihan in the show highlights the complexities of relationships during wartime. Set in the 1950s, their romance would have faced serious legal repercussions under military law, which strictly governed conduct among personnel. Adultery was not only frowned upon but could lead to severe disciplinary actions, including court-martial. Despite this, the series presents their relationship in a comedic light, often overlooking the harsh realities of military life. This classic is celebrated for its humor and poignant moments, even though it contains numerous bloopers and historical inaccuracies. These elements did not detract from its overall appeal. Instead, they contributed to its charm and cultural impact. The show managed to blend comedy with serious themes, allowing viewers to reflect on the absurdities of war while enjoying the antics of its characters. The portrayal of relationships, including the affair, serves as a reminder of the human experiences that persist even in the most challenging circumstances.
These anniversaries are celebrated by sitting around throwing darts. Come on, let me take it to the O Club. I'll buy.
Nah.
I'll even drink it for...
Set during the Korean War, the show follows a group of doctors and nurses stationed at a mobile army surgical hospital. They face the challenges of war while trying to maintain their sanity and humanity. The main characters include Captain Benjamin Franklin Hawkeye Pierce, a skilled surgeon known for his humor and charm, Captain John Trapper John McIntyre, Hawkeye's close friend and fellow surgeon, and Major Margaret Hot Lips Houlihan, the head nurse who often clashes with the male staff. The setting is a tent hospital, where the characters deal with the chaos of war, performing surgeries, and coping with the stress of their environment. The series premiered in 1972 and quickly became popular for its blend of comedy and drama. It received numerous awards, including 14 Emmy Awards, and is often regarded as one of the greatest television shows of all time. The show tackles serious issues while providing humor, making it a beloved classic.
Well, sitting with all your...
The casting process for the 1972 TV series MASH was a crucial step in bringing the beloved characters to life. The producers sought actors who could balance humor with the serious themes of war. Alan Alda, who played Hawkeye Pierce, stood out during auditions for his ability to deliver both comedic and poignant lines. His chemistry with other actors was evident, especially during group readings. For the role of Trapper John, Wayne Rogers impressed the casting team with his charm and wit, making him a perfect fit for the character's playful nature. Loretta Swit, auditioning for Margaret Hot Lips Houlihan, showcased her strong presence and emotional depth, which won over the producers. The casting team also held chemistry tests to ensure that the ensemble would work well together. These tests revealed the natural rapport between the actors, which was essential for the show's dynamic. Each actor brought their unique flair, contributing to the show's lasting legacy.
Huh?
Yep.
And I blew my big chance.
It was the way you acted in OR. He thought you were...
The directorial vision behind the 1972 TV series MASH was shaped by a blend of humor and poignant storytelling. The director, Alan Alda, aimed to create a show that balanced comedy with the serious themes of war and human experience. His approach involved a deep understanding of the characters, allowing the actors to bring their own interpretations to the roles. Alda was influenced by the original film and the novel, but he sought to develop a unique voice for the series. His style emphasized character-driven narratives, often using improvisation to capture genuine moments. Collaboration with the cast and crew was key. Alda encouraged open communication, fostering a creative environment where ideas could flourish. This teamwork resulted in memorable performances and a strong ensemble dynamic. The show tackled social issues, reflecting the sentiments of the time, and Alda's vision helped MASH resonate with audiences on multiple levels, making it a beloved classic.
General Lee, our commanding officer, Colonel Blake. Program to...
Filming the 1972 TV series MASH involved a unique blend of creativity and practicality. The set design aimed to replicate a mobile Army surgical hospital during the Korean War. The production team built a detailed set that included tents, medical equipment, and living quarters, all designed to reflect the era accurately. The main filming location was in California, where the crew faced challenges like weather changes and the need for realistic outdoor scenes. To overcome these issues, they often filmed on location in the San Fernando Valley, which provided a variety of landscapes. Innovative techniques included the use of multi-camera setups, allowing for dynamic shooting and capturing the actors' performances from different angles simultaneously. This approach helped create a lively atmosphere that matched the show's comedic and dramatic tones. The production team also utilized sound stages to enhance the indoor scenes, ensuring that the sound quality remained high. The combination of these elements contributed to the show's lasting impact and popularity. The music in the 1972 TV series MASH plays a crucial role in shaping the show's narrative and emotional tone. The score, composed by Johnny Mandel, features a blend of light-hearted melodies and poignant themes that reflect the series' unique mix of comedy and drama. The iconic theme song, "Suicide is Painless," captures the show's underlying themes of war and the human experience, providing a stark contrast to the humor often found in the episodes. Musicians involved in the project contributed to creating a sound that resonates with both the absurdity and the seriousness of life in a mobile Army surgical hospital during the Korean War. The music enhances key moments, allowing viewers to connect more deeply with the characters' struggles and triumphs. Insights from the composers reveal that they aim to evoke a sense of nostalgia and reflection, making the audience feel the weight of the characters' experiences while still finding moments of levity. The score remains a memorable aspect of MASH, illustrating how music can profoundly influence storytelling.
You got a little woman back home?
I'm married, yeah. Laverne Esposito. Terrific gal.
Many iconic scenes from the 1972 television series MASH resonate deeply with audiences. One notable moment occurs during the pilot episode where the characters deal with the chaos of war while maintaining their humor. The direction by Larry Gelbart expertly balances comedy and tragedy, illustrating the stark contrast of life in a mobile Army surgical hospital. The performances by Alan Alda as Hawkeye Pierce and McLean Stevenson as Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake showcase a unique chemistry that invites laughter even in dire situations. Cinematography plays a crucial role, with wide shots encapsulating the frenetic energy of the camp, while close-ups capture the emotions of the characters. These techniques invite viewers to feel the weight of both laughter and sorrow. Gary Berghoff, who portrayed Radar O'Reilly, remarked on how the show reflected the realities of war, touching hearts while making complex situations relatable. The impact of these scenes linger long after watching, as audiences connect to the characters' struggles and joys amidst the backdrop of conflict. Each moment becomes a poignant reminder of resilience and the absurdity of war, establishing MASH as a timeless classic recognized across generations.
Surgery.
Good. Get some Panadol in him.
Right?
I did everything I could to get him ready.
MASH resonated deeply with audiences during its run from 1972 to 1983, blending humor with serious themes. Set during the Korean War, the show tackled issues like war, death, and the absurdity of conflict, reflecting the sentiments of a generation grappling with the Vietnam War. The characters, particularly Hawkeye and Trapper, became symbols of anti-establishment attitudes, challenging authority and highlighting the importance of friendship and compassion in dire circumstances. The series influenced pop culture through memorable quotes and catchphrases, becoming a touchstone for discussions about the human experience in wartime. Its unique mix of comedy and drama paved the way for future shows, demonstrating that serious topics could be addressed with humor. The finale, which remains one of the most watched television episodes, underscored the emotional weight of the series, leaving a lasting impact on viewers. MASH not only entertained but also encouraged conversations about the realities of war and the importance of empathy in society.
You see life a lot more clearly than you did when you were a teenager.
Well, I sure hope so.
You know,
MASH received a warm critical reception when it first aired in 1972. Critics praised its unique blend of humor and serious themes, particularly how it tackled the absurdities of war. Many noted the strong performances of the cast, especially Alan Alda as Hawkeye Pierce, who brought depth to the character. Audience reactions were overwhelmingly positive, with viewers appreciating the show's ability to balance comedy with poignant moments. The series quickly became a cultural phenomenon, resonating with many who experienced the Vietnam War era. Over its run, MASH garnered numerous accolades, including 14 Emmy Awards and a Peabody Award, highlighting its impact on television and society. These awards not only recognized the talent of the cast and crew, but also solidified the show's legacy as a groundbreaking series that addressed important social issues. The recognition helped elevate the careers of those involved, making MASH a significant part of television history.
Dear Dad, I am not dead. Stop. Hope you are the same. Stop.
During the making of the 1972 TV series MASH, the cast and crew shared many memorable moments that highlighted their camaraderie and creativity. One notable anecdote involves the iconic character of Hawkeye, played by Alan Alda. Alda often improvised lines, which led to some of the show's most memorable quotes. The cast would sometimes break into laughter during takes, making it challenging to maintain their serious roles. Another interesting moment occurred when the crew had to deal with the heat of filming in California, which was meant to represent the Korean War. They often used ice packs to stay cool between scenes, and the crew would joke about how they were supposed to be in a war zone while sweating under the sun. The set itself was a tight-knit community, with everyone from the writers to the actors contributing ideas. This collaborative spirit helped shape the show's unique blend of humor and drama. The relationships formed during this time lasted long after the series ended, showcasing the deep bonds created through shared experiences. Character-driven comedy in MASH set a new standard for television storytelling. The series, which combined humor with deep themes of war and human suffering, influenced future shows to embrace complex characters and stories. Its blend of laughter and social commentary allowed viewers to reflect on serious issues while being entertained. Following the show, many series tackled heavier themes, such as anti-war sentiments and personal struggles, and blended comedy with drama. Shows like ER and Scrubs took cues from MASH, using similar formats that allowed for both comedy and heartfelt moments. Its unique format prompted filmmakers to experiment with the sitcom genre, leading to shows that balanced humor and social issues. The characters from MASH became iconic, and the show's catchphrases and references appear in many modern media, showcasing its enduring influence. Its success cut through traditional views of what television could achieve, proving that important topics could be approached in a thoughtful and engaging way.
Got a lot of shrapnel in his chest.
Sharing your experiences with the 1972 TV series MASH can be a wonderful way to connect with others who appreciate its unique blend of humor and drama. Many viewers remember how the show tackled serious themes like war, friendship, and the human condition while still making them laugh. Reflecting on how MASH influenced your perspective on cinema can spark interesting conversations. Did it change how you view war stories or comedies? Perhaps it made you think more deeply about the characters and their struggles. The show's memorable characters, like Hawkeye and Trapper, left a lasting impression on audiences, showing that laughter can coexist with pain. Your personal stories about watching MASH, whether with family or friends, can highlight its impact on your life. Engaging with this community by sharing your thoughts can inspire others to reflect on their own memories. If you enjoyed this exploration of MASH, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing for more discussions about the films and shows that shape our lives.
Can be no question. But if you, in your